you got to be mature about it, and you have to know your rights. So, and what I mean by knowing your rights, be staunch and know your rights. Meaning, I knew, and now this is something I was already a college graduate, and like I said, my minor was criminal justice, so I knew my rights. Like I knew cops have no right to search your car unless they have a search warrant, dogs, something that gives them that alerts them to search your car. Okay, they have no right to search your car. Okay, and I knew that. So when he said, "You don't mind if I search your car?" I said, "Hell no, you're not searching my car." Know your rights. Know your rights. Okay, be very cooperative. Try to be very cooperative. Try to speak with a nice manner because right in that moment, they got the power, Sully. Just try to get yourself out of the situation. Okay. Just say, hey, you know what? Okay, cool. You ain't got to agree to everything you do. If you don't want to agree to it, say, no, sir. I don't agree with that. Okay. Um, and be calm. Stay calm. Don't escalate the situation. Stay calm. Tell your friends, your knuckleheads is in the car. Shut the hell up. The cops ask you anything, you do not have to. Yeah, do not have to show them your ID. You do not have to. Hey, listen, I'm just a passenger. That is it. I'm along for the ride. Okay, you can tell your passengers shut the fuck up and don't say anything. Okay, because I think if it was an 18-year-old Charles, that situation might have been different. You know, because I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't educated enough at 18 to know I didn't know my rights at 18. You know, the stuff that
Right.
happened, stuff that happened in the streets of Philly versus that happened out there in Arkansas. At that time, I knew my rights. I was educated on this stuff. You know, pick up a book, read the rights. Okay, they can't do this, this, and that. Don't throw it in their face, but just be very respectful about it. And I try to tell these kids here all the time, listen, you're a young man, okay? We all want to have on nice clothes and play our music loud. Okay, that's fine. I'm cool with it. I'll do the same thing. But when you get pulled over, okay, know your rights, be respectful, try to de-escalate the situation. And then if you think something's fucked up, that's when you get your lawyer and you handle it that way. That's
And
always
so
been my
we'll put
advice.
this out on social media too. Know your rights, be respectful. You said that's number two.
Yeah,
What else?
and just try to de-escalate the situation.
De-escalate situation.
Yeah,
So, okay. So everyone's trying to come up with solutions, police reform. And my one of my questions, and I want to bring up with Joe Rogan and Jocko Willink said on Rogan's podcast, which I think is extremely valuable. But there's two sides to everything, and I think what you said here, that this is a solution. This is an answer. Know your rights. Be respectful. Stay calm. De-escalate the
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
I mean, if you're just looking at that as a best practice or best practices on interaction with the police, then things are probably going to go a lot better
Correct,
than you think, right?
correct.
Okay.
I, mhm.
So if everyone can follow that, right? Uh, things are probably going to be a little bit easier. Now,
Yeah,
on
but
the
do
other
yeah,
side of things,
yep,
Rogan and Jocko Willing, they were talking about how it would be good and it would make sense if cops were trained better and if they were trained how to fight, meaning in jujitsu, to where they all need to be at least a purple belt.
ooh,
That way, that way, they really knew how to de-escalate the situation without using violent force, right?
right,
And they would feel confident and comfortable in their own ability to do that. And they were talking about a lot of the times the guys just don't know how to do it, or the women.
right.
They don't know how to handle the situation. Blood pressure goes up, boom, palpitations are going up, boom, 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 adrenaline, and then you don't make the right decisions. And then that's where the
That's
lethal
interesting.
force.
Yeah,
And they were talking about all this stuff. I highly recommend watching
that's interesting.
that Rogan
I mean, there's
podcast.
some truth to that, Sully. Like if you're in a bar and like you have a friend that's a UFC fighter or a boxer and like just calm and cool and know about it and some shit goes down, they the coolest one. They just like, listen,
Yeah.
if anything jump off, I'm knocking three people out at once. I'm like, I'm cool. I think there's some truth to that.
So look, if we just did that, Let's not defund the fucking police.
Oh,
It's fund it
just crazy.
more.
That's just
Let's
crazy.
get, maybe the whole union thing needs to be looked at as well, because cops can get fired, and I have friends that are policemen as well, and talking to them, saying, some of these guys that get fired, and they go get hired on at different
Different precincts.
forces, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, and is that right? I mean, I guess it depends on why they were relieved of duty at their previous employer, right? So, but if you just look at these two things that we talked about on both sides, right? You're talking about know your rights, be respectful, stay calm, de-escalate the situation. And then on the police side of things, shit, if they knew how to handle themselves better, then maybe this shit wouldn't fucking happen. So just by you and I having a conversation, we solved the problem.
Of course. Hey,
we
listen.
solved the problem. Those are just two fucking steps.
Yeah.
On both sides, because it's not one or the other, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's just the fucking cops, and other people are like, no, it's the people that are causing the fucking problem. It's like, no, it's both, and you have to come to a fucking compromise and be like, okay, well, we both need to treat each other maybe a little bit differently.
Absolutely. Listen, hold on real quick. Growing up, because I played these sports and police athletic league and all that, all the cops knew everybody in the neighborhood. So if I was a little badass little kid and want to run from the cops for something stupid I did, they ain't gonna chase me. It's like, oh, I know where he lives. I know where his grandma stay. I'm just gonna go there and beat his little ass. So I mean, it was that stuff too, man.